Good morning or good afternoon, depending on when you watch it. It's Mrs. Ryan with Harrison School. Today you'll have a chance to enter an art contest. I know a lot of students ask me about art contests a lot. This is a mixture of an art contest, a science lesson, and an art opportunity. So we're gonna talk about a pond. Now, you live in Wonder Lake, and the lake living and the way that a lake and a pond will sustain itself is dependent on many things. Some of those would be like plant life, insects, fish, wildlife. Well, behind me you can see this is our pond at our house. Well, move myself the other way. We have a pond here, and it has all of those important things that make it function. So we have bass, trout, and bluegill, and we have plenty of plant life. There's lots of frogs. There has to be a balance between the animals, the birds, the insects. There's lots of like walking spiders and things like that. I'm gonna move it for a second so you can see it closer. They're all an important part of the pond, and each pond or lake can be different, and when you draw them or make art with them, then they can especially be different. So let's go ahead and try some of that too. I'll give you some examples of things that you can draw, but your poster contest, the information Miss Sturgis is going to share too, and it has the details of things that have to be included, like your name, your phone number, how you submit it. That's the email on here. Email at the bottom there. It's lakesappreciation@nalms.org. You'll take a picture of your artwork and submit it there, and it's a $50 prize for you, so it's kind of fun, and it's available from 1st grade to 12th graders. Okay, now you know I love Bob Ross, so doing pictures of lakes with trees and grass is something that I really love to do. I've always loved to do it. So an important part is really making your picture a landscape. So we need that land line where the sky meets the land or the grass or the hills. So that line can be somewhere in the middle or to the bottom. It does not have to be straight, because most of the time we are dealing with hills and things. And then you want some of your plant life and stuff to come from the ground area, so like a tree trunk up and out. So this all needs to be your own. I'm just kind of laying something out for you. This is not a drawing that you need to complete because Mrs. Ryan did. This would be one that you make on your own. You add your details that you want to add. Takes me a little bit, but I'm trying to go quickly so our video does not surpass my time that's needed. So I would do something with a tree, and then at my landline, I really need to make it so that the water is there. I need to include the waterways. And then in the background, we could have trees. For me, myself, it would be better if I worked with more than just a Sharpie, but I wanted you to be able to see it as I made the artwork today. Remember, even when you do a simple tree, they would be smaller in the back and then bigger as they came forward. In your poster, because we're talking about like lakes and ponds and how they all go together, make sure that here you would include things like an animal or the bird flying up above. You can do a sunset. I know a lot of students like to do color and blending of like a sunset in the background. I want to make sure this looks like water, so I put some like ripple marks. I also want to make sure that I include that I know that water and the whole life of ponds and that it needs grasses and parts that make it function. I feel like I need more trees. Bob Ross would say, little happy trees, right? So maybe this part's the little forest. Okay, so I could keep going, add my details, add my color. This gives you something to start with though. Oops, it's gonna fall. Gives you something to start with. So remember, make a beautiful picture using color. I did not. You need to use color, make it a finished product about a pond, including plant life, insects, fish, and wildlife. If you'd like to turn it into the contest, take a picture of it and submit it digitally to the email. It's available from 1st grade to 12th graders with a cash prize. All right, have a wonderful week and keep creating.